Welcome back in. This month is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and a local organization is making sure the community knows help is out there if you need it. Kathy Mull is here with the Cocoon, so we can learn a little bit more about some upcoming events. You have some awareness events and some fundraising events as well. So first of all, it is Domestic Violence Awareness Month this month, and you started out with putting some ribbons out in Bowling Green, right?
We did. So we were very grateful to the Bowling Green community, and this is the second year that they've allowed us to what we're calling Paint the Town Purple in honor of Domestic Violence Awareness Month. And so if you are anywhere in Main Street, downtown Bowling Green, and all of the lampposts, there are purple ribbons to signify, standing in solidarity with survivors who've experienced domestic violence, and then also some information about how to access our services. So if somebody is in need or knows somebody who's in need, we just want to make sure that everybody knows that there's help available to them.
It is there. So purple, when you see that purple, that's what that's all about. And you have a couple of other awareness events coming up. One of them is tomorrow, is that right?
We do. So we will be out on Bowling Green State University campus tomorrow, and for the majority of the day with our Wood County Clothesline Project, which is a collection of t-shirts that are designed by survivors and their loved ones to raise awareness of domestic violence in our community. And one of the things that I think is really impactful about that event, and we get, we're very grateful that we get to put that out at least twice a year for the community, is not only to allow an opportunity to survivors to share their experiences, but also really showing the prevalence of domestic violence in our community, and why it's important for all of us, to step up and support survivors.
Yeah, so when people can go on BGSU's campus and read these, hear these stories and see, this is a person here. And when you talk about those statistics and the prevalence of it, how many are we talking about here?
Yeah, so last year alone, we served 938 survivors of domestic and sexual violence. And those are local individuals who've reached out and asked for some assistance. And so what we know is, for most of us, that somebody that we know, maybe it's a neighbor, it's a friend, a coworker, a family member, but that, unfortunately, the reality is that there are too many people in our community that are experiencing domestic violence.
And somebody might, as you said, may know someone, and maybe the signs are there and somebody may not know what to do about it, and maybe the signs aren't as out there for people to really take notice. But if people are sensing a loved one of theirs maybe being abused, what can we do? What can we all do to help?
We strongly encourage you to reach out. The first step is really to reach out to your loved one and say, I've noticed that, maybe there's something here that I'm concerned about. I noticed that maybe you're not, you don't seem like yourself. And so, is there something that I can do? Is there some way that I can help? I really think the first step is just, letting the survivor of domestic violence know that there's people out there who care and that there's people out there who want to help. I think the other piece is that, a lot of times we as helpers want to then sort of take over the situation. So, we say, I'm so worried about you, and so here, let me help you do this, and let me, do this for you, and really wanting to make sure that, the next thing that we ask survivors are, what is it that you need and how can I help you? Allowing the survivor the opportunity to be able to really, drive what that help and that assistance looks like.
Yeah, that's really good advice there, because some people may think they're helping, and maybe they are, and maybe not as much as they think. So that's really helpful. Also at Bowling Green State University the following week, so on the 23rd,
yes.
Is that What Were You Wearing? What is that all about?
Yeah, so our What Were You Wearing exhibit, and we'll actually be out on the 23rd and the 24th out at Bowling Green State University as well. And this is an event that really highlights the experiences of sexual violence survivors. And so what we know is that there's a large myth out there that, the clothing that we choose to wear then is the cause of a sexual assault happening. And so this event is really designed to dispel that myth. And so there is a display of clothing that sexual assault survivors were wearing at the time of their sexual assault, with a narrative to go along with it as to, unfortunately, what their victimization looked like for them. And that what you'll see in that event is every type of clothing that you can imagine.
Sure.
Jeans to sweatpants to, a nice outfit that we put on to go out and hang out, for a night on the town, but really to really say, it's not about the clothing that we wear, but it's about an individual choosing to commit an act of sexual violence.
Wow. So please go check that out on the 23rd and the 24th at BGSU. People at home say, I want to help with what you all do at the Cocoon, the shelter, to help keep women and families safe. You have a fundraiser coming up, and it should be a fun evening out, right? That's next Friday?
It is. So Friday, October 25th, we have our annual Dueling Pianos event. So it is our largest fundraiser that we do throughout the year. And it's an opportunity for people to come out, have a great time. The Dueling Piano folks are great.
Lots of fun,
we've been using them for the last 6 years, and everybody really seems to enjoy the opportunity to be able to, and spend some time with them. There's a cash bar, there's heavy appetizers all night, but at the same time, we're able to raise funds that we can put directly back into programs and services for survivors of domestic and sexual violence. All of the services that we provide are provided at no cost. So it's events like these that allow us to continue to provide those services at no cost. And it's an opportunity, again, for us to come together as a community and show support for survivors, and let them know that we care, and that we want to make sure that there's help available for them.
So lots going on this month. Great work that you all are doing at the Cocoon in Bowling Green. So please get involved as well and continue this effort. Kathy, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Yeah.